Hello, my name's Elaine and I'm the psychologist behind Moodsmith. I have a photograph of me here somewhere. There you go, that's me, and that'll allow you to put a face behind the image you see in front of you. I use animation in all my videos as it's so easy for me to help you to understand the concepts that I'm talking about. But there you go, that's what I look like. I'm going to talk to you today about health anxiety. And I want to start with a statement. You were not born with health anxiety. So if you didn't have this when you were born, what happened between then and now to make you anxious about your health? I'm going to answer that for you, and to do so, I need to talk about your brain. When you were born, or indeed when I was born, there's not many things that you can do for yourself, but some things are already pre-programmed for you, like the ability to feed, to cry. And then you can recognize your mother, your father, and the language they are trying to teach you. But pretty much everything else, you don't have a roadmap for it. Rather, when you're learning new things, when you're adapting to your environment, you're building your own set of rules, your own roadmap in your brain. And these can change and adapt as you grow and learn. And the ones that you repeat often, or rather when you're a child that you're made to repeat often, such as paying attention in class, doing your homework when you come home, these get strengthened in your brain, making it easier for you to carry out this task. And when they become strong, you can think of this as a circuit in your brain. By the time you get to college, it's a no-brainer. You sit down and you study. And the things that you were told off for and paid attention to, like maybe playing around in class, these roadmaps, well, they start to disappear. What I'm trying to say, that whatever you pay attention to on a regular basis, regardless of whether it's good or bad, if you pay attention often enough and you repeat this often enough, that circuitry in your brain becomes strong. And I love this example. It's where you take the path of least resistance. You'll know what I'm talking about when I show you this. These are desire lines, or the desire path. It's much easier to walk up that well-worn path than having to carve out a new path. Well, you might be thinking, Elaine, that's fantastic and the pictures are lovely, but really, what has this got to do with my health anxiety? Well, you see those pathways. And sorry to all the neuroscientists out there for simplifying this so much. You will have a whole series of those pathways in your brain. You might have one for Googling your symptoms, diagnosing yourself. You might have one for jumping to the worst possible case imaginable when you feel a sensation in your body. You could have one that makes you jump out of your chair and grab the remote control to turn the television off when you see a program about hospitals or ill health. Are you getting my point? At this stage, it doesn't matter too much where it all originated. What matters is recognizing your own pathways. You will have your own path of least resistance. It's these pathways that makes it difficult for us to change. Now, when I say difficult for us to change, if you don't know about the pathways, it's difficult. Let me get an example for you. Even when we want to do something that seems relatively easy, we all know that, well, I should drink a little bit more water every day. That's not really a complicated task. All we have to do is pour some water into a glass and lift our arm up and down to our mouth. But do we do it? No. We take the path of least resistance. If we always have tea or coffee when we're thirsty, path of least resistance. We'll take the tea or coffee. Now, don't go beating yourself up if you're starting to realise, oh gosh, I take the path of least resistance. Or don't get upset with me when I'm talking about it this way, because you might be thinking, well, Elaine, it doesn't feel like a path of least resistance. It's awful. I know. That's the whole point. I'm trying to let you know that I know you're not doing this on purpose. I'm trying to let you know that I know your brain just can't see, oh, I think it's just a headache and I'm dehydrated, because the path of least resistance will be jumping onto Google and you thinking, oh my gosh, I can't believe it, I've got a brain tumour. That's your path of least resistance at the moment. Even though it does seem ridiculous, if those are the type of thoughts you've been having over a long period of time, it's easier and more automatic for your brain to go there. I'm going to summarize what I think are the key points from this video. First, you have these little pathways in your brain that store all your habitual thoughts and feelings that you have relating to health anxiety and including how you cope. And coping means jumping onto Google, looking for reassurance. And because these pathways are so strong and automatic, it means when you feel something in your body, you can't help it. You will take the path of least resistance. It is not a conscious choice on your part, this path of least resistance. It's automatic, it's habitual, and you will do what you normally do, which could be jump to the worst case scenario. Now, I'm not going to ask you to do anything today. I'm going to break you in gently, but only for today, because check your email again tomorrow or the next day. It really depends what time you signed up at, as I'm going to help you break this down. I'll talk to you then.